Guys, it's me, Nina, and today I am back with my June wrap-up. This month I've done a little bit better, and I'm happy with what I read. I didn't read too much. You guys have known that I've been in like an endless reading slump. I have work and I have other stuff that I need to do, so reading's kind of just been pushed to the side. And, you know, I'm trying to get back my love of reading, but I mean, it's just like every time I think about reading, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that. But this month I'm happy with what I read. I read 3 books and 1 graphic novel, and then I started a book that I DNF'd. So let's just get into it. So the very first book that I read this month is A Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Everybody has been talking about this book. I got this for free. It's an ARC. I got it for free through a giveaway. And I actually got it quite a while ago and just never read it because I had other stuff going on. So I finally read it this month, and I read it fairly quickly for me recently. I read it fairly quickly, and I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was thrilling. It was, I don't know, interesting. It was powerful, and I liked that no matter what, like, the main character always had like this good outlook, and she just knew she wanted to do good, whatever that means. You know, some of us have that gray area or don't really know where the line is between good or bad, but she seemed to always know what to do, I guess. Anyway, one thing I really liked about this book is the grimoires. I have no idea if that's how you say it. That's how I pronounce it in my head. They are kind of like books with like magical powers, I guess, is how you could say it. They can move, and they do stuff. And I really liked the characteristics of these books, and one of the most powerful scenes is when the books start sacrificing themselves to save, you know, humankind and the world, pretty much. And I don't know why, I'm getting kind of emotional about that. I just felt like that scene was so powerful, and like, oh, I don't know, that scene made me so just feeling all the feels, okay? I loved the side characters. I was so there for her best friend. Like, her best friend isn't too involved in the story, but like, her best friend was definitely a critical part, even though she's not there all the time. And I thought it was a great best friend and a great friendship to read about. I loved Mercy. I love that they gave her some time at the end of this book. I'm trying not to spoil it. Mercy is not a huge character. She was a very small character in this book. But then at the end, we revisit her, and I love that they threw that in there, because even though that small scene that Mercy was in, it stuck with me, and I was like, oh man, that like really sucks to her. Like, I wish they would address that. And we got to the end of the book, and they did address it, and I was just like, yes, thank you, author, thank you, Margaret. Okay. And then of course we have Silas, and this, I love him. Okay, he's a demon, and I love him. And, you know, she does too. And it takes time to learn trust, but we do. And I don't know, I feel like the relationships throughout the story were well thought out and well progressed, and I thought the plot for the story was fun and exciting, and I thought all the extra magical essences that they have was just like, I don't know, a great book overall. Okay, moving on. Then I read Captive by A.J. Granger. I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing shit, like, let me tell you. So this was a relatively short book. It's not even 300 pages. It's like 250. This is about a girl whose dad is the prime minister, and she gets kidnapped and is held for like ransom or whatever. And it's by these animal activists that are kind of like terrorists, and they want justice, and they don't believe animal testing should be a thing. And this drug that is now on the market was given to a young boy, and he died. And the people who created it knew that it had really bad side effects and were keeping them a secret and pushing stuff under the rug. And these animal activists were very angry about it. One of them shoots the prime minister and gets caught for it. And so we go on this chase of them trying to get him free by kidnapping the prime minister's daughter and trying to do a switch out. We have 3 bad guys that we're mainly focusing on, and one of them is named Talon. That's his little nickname, and she gets Stockholm syndrome, kind of, but like, okay, this is gonna sound real fucking sick, okay? Anytime I read, like, kidnapping stories, I love when they kind of fall in love with their captors. And I know that's fucked up, okay? But I love to read it, okay? And I loved Talon, and I didn't want anything bad to happen to Talon. And, bitch, I wanted her to be in love with Talon, okay? He treated her kindly and shit, and yeah, he kidnapped her, but so what? Anyway, I liked how the story played out. I liked the ending. Some people might be mad about the ending. If you don't want people to have Stockholm syndrome and love their captor, maybe this is not the book for you. But I enjoyed the cute little romance that was happening, and I enjoyed her struggles, and I don't know. It was overall a fun read for me, and it's a guilty pleasure because I know, like, that's bad, but, like, I like reading it. So, moving on is the graphic novel Pashmina. I don't know if that's how you say it. I definitely can't say the author's name, so I apologize profusely, but I know I will butcher it. I can't even pronounce, like, normal names half the time. Anyway, this is a really cute artwork. It is about this Indian girl who lives in America, and her mom kind of keeps her life like a secret. So she doesn't really know too much about India, and she doesn't know anything about her father. And she finds this magic, I don't know what they call it, a shawl. She finds this magic shawl inside one of her mom's chests or whatnot. And it takes her to India, and she has, like, these dreams. I don't know. She gets these travels and adventures in India, and this makes her want to set out and explore India herself. And she does. She goes to India by herself and meets her aunt, and, you know, has her own little adventure and comes to appreciate her culture and why her mom kept certain things a secret. And I don't know, it was a cute little book. I mean, it wasn't anything real groundbreaking for me, but it was a very nice story, very lighthearted, and really nice artwork. The book I fully read this month is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahara Mafi. This was a pretty great book, in my opinion. I think this is the only book I've read by her. She's pretty popular for other books that I can't think of any names of. This is the first one I read by her, and I really enjoyed it. It was a nice little contemporary. It deals with a Muslim girl in America, and she constantly is moving to different schools, and she has this really negative attitude, and she has to deal with dicks all day, every day. So she just assumes that everyone's a dick and kind of has this negative attitude and doesn't really make any friends. And is kind of a bitch, to be honest. She's very rude to other people because she is afraid of them being rude to her. And she doesn't want to get affected by it. So she figures if she's just rude to everyone and ignores everyone, no one will approach her and she won't have to deal with it. Anyway, she starts a friendship with one of the boys in her class, and it kind of sprinkles into a romance, and she's just, like, continually trying to stop this from happening because she really likes this boy, but she knows that her world and his world together just won't mix well, and she's afraid of the attacks that they'll get and how people in the community will react when she is a Muslim girl with some white boy, and she has to overcome that, I guess. She does get a lot of bullies coming and being really rude to her, and some of these scenes really made me, like, really frustrated and really angry reading, and one of the scenes really broke my heart. There was a scene where someone threw a cinnamon bun at her, so she goes to the bathroom to clean up, and she takes off her head wrap. I don't know what you call them, I'm sorry. But she takes it off, and her hair is exposed because she's cleaning herself off. And some girl comes into the bathroom and takes a picture of her and posts a picture of her side by side with her with the head wrap and without, and kind of distributes it throughout the school. And it's very violating for her, and I felt violated reading it. I felt so upset for her, and I was very pissed off. Like, I don't understand how someone could do that. Like, wow, I'm getting very emotional about random things today. But like, I got so angry for her. So I really understood, even though that she was rude herself because she was afraid of these people, I understood why she was that way and why she was so negative. And it made me so upset because she was finally trying to open up to someone, and then she realizes again that humans are just trash, you know? I liked the ending of this book. Her and this boy do kind of like figure things out, but ultimately it's a high school relationship, and they don't break up because of some bully or something. Like, it just, you'll have to read it yourself. I don't want to spoil everything, but it was a really loving story. I enjoyed our main character. I liked some of the funny things she said. I liked the slow progressing friendship / romance. I liked the relationship with her brother. I thought that was very sweet, and my brother means a lot to me. He's my younger brother though, so there's differences there, but I don't know. It was a very cute book, and one that I quite enjoyed. The last book I am going to talk about is this big, huge ass thing. It's Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. This is the fourth and final book in her series, Red Queen. I loved Red Queen when I first read it, and I'm pretty sure I marathoned those books, the first 3 books. And then this one didn't come out for like another year. And then so when I finally the library got their hands on it, I decided I didn't want to read it because if I don't marathon books, I don't remember what happens. So it's been a year since I read the series. I'm not going to remember any of the characters or anything. So I pushed it off. Finally, I decided to pick this up this month, and I got like 30 pages in. Yep, exactly 30 pages in. And I said, you know what? I don't remember anything that's happening. I don't remember any of the characters. And I'm just not interested enough to sit through almost 700 pages of this mammoth book that I don't really remember. And I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book. So I'm putting it down. I'm calling it quits on this series. Maybe one day I will pick up the series and reread all 4 together, but I am not going to just read this one by itself because I don't remember anything about them. I don't remember the characters. I don't remember what beef was happening. I don't remember what part of the war we're in. I have no idea what's going on. So it's just not in my interest right now to read that. I'm not marking it off forever. Maybe one day I'll read it, but I very much doubt that I will pick it up again. And yeah, so that is my reading month.